And we're live. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Hope you all had a fantastic night's sleep and that your day is going to be going phenomenally. So today we're delving into a fandom that my wife is a little bit more than passionate about. One might say borderline obsessed with.
Borderline.
I'm being nice because
Borderline.
I'm being nice because I'd like to survive the night. I love you.
Your days are numbered.
I love you too, honey. Jeez. What are you gonna do? Cause a change of heart?
I'll throw you into a TV and leave you there.
Oh God, never mind. I'm sorry. Don't make it go in the TV world. No, we're talking about Persona today, which is a very popular JRPG style game from, well, Japan.
It's my personal favorite game series of all time, and Cameron is right. I am very passionate about it. For my own personal reasons, which I will go into in a little while, of the section of why we love the series so much. I'll be going into that in a little while.
We're mostly be covering 4 and 5 with a little bit of 3.
I'll mostly be talking about 3 because it has been a very long time since I played it.
The last time I played 3 was when it came out. If that says anything.
It's been a while.
It really has. Jesus.
If it makes you feel any better at all, 4 is over 10 years old.
Yeah, but I'm replaying through 4 Golden now.
Yeah, that one's about 10.
Which, by the way, all the additions to Golden, oh my god.
Oh, I love Golden. As opposed to Vanilla, Persona 4 Vanilla, it's fantastic. And just like how Royal is better than P5 Vanilla.
Yeah.
Sorry, just lost a train of thought there. Persona is one of those games that's like, you either are a casual, laid-back fan and you just like the series, or you would die.
You played it once, like, in high school because you thought it'd be cool.
Or you're like me, who would have, and will actually throw down for this series.
I can vouch, I've actually seen this firsthand.
It's my favorite series, like, hands down.
And can we talk about that con now stuff that you have hanging everywhere in our lovely recording room here?
I like what I like.
I know you don't like what you like. I'm just saying, it's kind of taking over the room, honey.
Are you going to stop me?
I've tried.
I know you have. You'll never succeed.
Yes, dear.
You will actually never succeed at that.
I believe it. Anyway, so go ahead and give us a crash course in Persona for Dummies, honey.
All right, which one?
Let's start with the general idea of Persona.
Okay, so, general idea of Persona, you are someone you're this protagonist who has been taken to a new town. That seems to be a theme in all the games.
It does, but let's be honest, the small towns are always... and it's always a small town, too.
Not in 5. Or 3.
Well, think about how small they were compared to where they came from. Smaller.
Actually, there's a thing going around that Ren, the protagonist from 5, is from a small town. And that's why
fair.
he was convicted so easily.
Fair.
Anyway, but they go to a new place, to live with a family member, family friend, whatever. Or in 3's case, go live in the dorms. And then something happens, some sort of event happens, and you find yourself with these newfound powers and abilities that let you be able to summon a persona, which is a state of your heart, your state of, like, where you are in the world. It's a representation of, like, who you are in the world. And your hopes, your dreams, you know. All that fun stuff.
Yellow dominatrix banana head. Also, we're going to be quoting Hi, I'm Daisy a lot. If you haven't seen the dubbed Hi, I'm Daisy Persona 4 comic, I highly recommend going to watch it on YouTube. It is amazing.
It's a riot.
We're going to be quoting that a lot throughout this, because that was actually one of the things that we bonded over when we first started dating.
Yeah, we actually, I made a quote, and you were...
and I finished...
Which one was it?
You had made a Chie quote of Trial of the Dragon, and I was like, can I make a better mistake?
Yeah, that's what it was, and I was just like, wait a minute.
And then we ended up going out to steak dinner that night. It was great.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, while we were dating, I made that joke, and it was great. I love Hi, I'm Daisy. It's sad how accurate it is to the actual series.
Mm-hmm.
4 is... I'm gonna start with 4. So storyline of 4. I'm going to also be using their anime names because it's easier.
Yeah, and when we say you, as far as the character goes, it's YU.
Yeah, so he arrives in this small town called Inaba.
Voiced by Johnny Young Bosch.
So is the villain. Spoiler alert.
I forgot that Adachi was voiced by Johnny.
Yeah, he voices the protag and antag.
Talk about meta.
I know, it's
See
great.
what I did there? See what I did there?
Shut up.
I thought it was clever.
Yeah, no. I actually got to meet him and tell him about my love for Persona. He almost started crying.
He's a great guy. I got to do the same thing with him and Izaya, because as much as I hate
Same.
Izaya, I love him as a villain.
Same. I
And he was just like, oh, you like me as an asshole?
I actually have a picture of him somewhere.
And
it's
then
one of the reasons why I like Adachi so much.
I just think he's cute.
I love Adachi, okay?
He deserves to be happy.
Yeah, the thing with Adachi is that, like, him as a villain for me, a lot of the stuff that it's not justified, but it's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on. You arrive in this small town to live with your uncle for a year. Your uncle and your small cousin, Nanako. And,
I've seen you naked.
So let me tell you about this one time I changed your day.
Again, I'm going to be quoting Hi, I'm Daisy probably the entire episode.
Okay, so anyway, you arrive in this town, Inaba, to live with your uncle for a year because your parents are overseas or something like that. I don't exactly remember the details.
All they say is that you're with your uncle for work.
Mm-hmm.
Because your parents have work.
Yeah, and I think it's because they're overseas or something like that, and since you're still a minor, you know, all that.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing.
It is. Anyway, you arrive in this town, and then you find out that's right after you arrived, someone got murdered. So who wants to talk about murder?
And then there's some nerd rolling around in a trash can.
Hello? Can somebody help me? I thought this would be a good idea.
No, literally, the way you actually meet Yosuke is you see him in class a couple of times, and then on your way to school, he is in a trash can stuck on the ground.
And a bike is right next to him.
And his bike is crashed into the fence next to him, and you legit just stand there for a minute going,
My poor boy, he's such a disaster. I love him.
And then you meet Chie. Trial of the Dragon!
I'm actually friends with her Golden On voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
She is the sweetest person you will ever meet. I cannot wait to give her the biggest hug, because she is just the best. I love her. Hi, Erin, if you're watching this at all. I love you!
But yeah, so you're two, quote-unquote, 3, I'm sorry. I can't remember her name all of a sudden.
Yukiko.
I don't like Yukiko.
She's hit or miss for a lot of people.
She just annoys me.
Which is
So,
fair.
Chie is this martial arts movie obsessed, steak loving psycho chick, and I love her.
She is the definition of chaotic.
She is the true definition of chaotic neutral.
Later chaotic good.
But she's always chaotic.
But she's chaotic and I love her.
Yosuke is your totally nerdy BFF who thinks, hey, what's sharper than a golf club? But we'll get to that. And then there's Yukiko, who is Chie's best friend, and to me, she has all the personality of a wet paper towel.
You see, again, Yukiko, for a lot of people, is hit or miss. I met her voice actress too, actually. I've met the majority of the
Who plays
Persona.
her?
Amanda Wynn Lee.
Oh, I've met her too.
Yeah, she's nice.
She was at Sabu one of the years I went.
She was the same, the only year I went.
We'll go again next year.
Yeah. Apparently she crashed a Persona panel.
Yeah. Nobody realized it till towards the end. It was great.
But, going into character for a second, Yukiko is one of those that's, like, hit or miss for a lot of people. For me, she grows on you, but that's later on. Like, as you continue with her social link, and I refuse to call them confidants, by the way, for 5. I refuse. But,
Social link, social link, social link, social link, social link, social link.
Persona. Anyway, like, she grows on you, but she's not my favorite. She's actually, of the cast of 4, my least favorite in the group.
I wonder why.
And okay. And this is coming from someone who likes Rise.
I don't like Rise. I really don't like Rise.
Again, she's one of the ones that grows on you for me. Like, I like her a lot.
She reminds me a lot of my ex-girlfriend.
That's fair.
The one who broke the coffee pot over my head.
Yeah, but again, that's fair. That's your own thing.
I know, I'm just saying, like...
I'll go into character development and character depth here in a minute, because if it says anything, my favorite character is Kanji.
Kanji and Naoto are my wife's favorite characters from 4.
Yeah.
Hence all the Con Now fan art everywhere that's taking over the spot over the desk where we're recording.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that my wife plans on getting more.
Yeah. This was even a question.
No, I just felt like stating the obvious.
Okay, anyway. Going back to the story. Somebody got murdered, and it's really mysterious because they're hanging from a telephone pole. And so you're like, okay, that's kind of creepy. That's weird. Let's go home. So you go home, and you hear these voices.
No, first you realize that Nanako is home alone.
Oh yeah, no, poor baby, my poor baby, oh no!
She's your cousin?
She's your cousin.
Yeah, your cousin who's like 8.
She's like 7.
7, 8, give or take. Is at home alone, cooking dinner, sitting there talking about, it's okay, Daddy's never home. Whenever he is home, we go to Junez. It's my favorite place to be. Everything's great at your Choo.
Poor Nanako, though. In all seriousness, poor baby.
Granted, children are used to being left alone at an early age in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, they actually encourage kids to be a little more independent.
Which is great as far as, like,
but when
self-reliance goes.
But when your dad's a cop, you're home alone all the time.
Because her mother, unfortunately, died in an accident. And, she's like, I got the laundry put up, I'm cooking dinner, well, I'm gonna just relax here now until dinner's done. And I'm just like, baby, you're like 7, you're like 6. Honey, you're like 6 years old, go play.
But I have to get the laundry done and cook dinner and make sure Daddy has a beer after work.
I'm just over here like, you poor child, oh my god. Like, the first time I played 4, I was like, wait, where's her dad?
And then you realize
he's a detective, and I was like, where's her dad?
Shut up, Adachi.
Shut up, Adachi.
Dad'll be back later. Daddy's got some criminals to apprehend.
Okay.
But yeah, so you get home, you surprisingly don't have dinner that night. Nobody had dinner that night.
Yep, but then you go to your room and the TV's on. That's normal.
In a room that is yours that nobody's supposed to be in. Totally normal.
And then you hear these voices, and then you decide, I'm gonna stick my hand in the TV.
I'm gonna touch it.
I'm gonna touch it. Basically,
Wizard takes 1d4 touching damage.
Yeah, pretty much. Your hand gets sucked into the TV. You freak out, rightfully so. You hit your head on the coffee table, and you're out for the rest of the night.
And then suddenly, da-da-da-da-da.
You're in the Velvet Room, which in this game is a limousine. And oh my god.
You meet Igor. Who is this really weird-ass, long-nosed, half-bald, grinning
gremlin motherfucker.
That's an insult to gremlins.
Yeah, you're right.
And he's sitting there talking about
As a
fate,
gremlin.
destiny, shadows, persona.
End of the world.
You're the... Help us, you. You're the only hope.
You're the chosen one. You're the chosen one, Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry. Harry should put your name in the coffin of fire.
To be fair, that's pretty much the whole energy of how that went.
You're not wrong.
And also, also,
You need to put your hand in the velvet room.
Also, hi, this is Margaret.
Oh yeah, by the way, there's this other chick over here too, who's just
She'll
like...
help you along every now and then.
You can tell she doesn't want to be there. She
She
wants
doesn't.
nothing to do with you. She's just like,
At
I'm
the
only here
beginning
because I have no
especially.
choice.
At the beginning, especially. Like,
That
Margaret...
never changes.
Okay, can I talk about all of the Velvet Room assistants for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, in 3, and then 3 Portable, you had Elizabeth, who was a lot more bubbly and a lot more like, hey, what can I do for you? Because the world is fucking ending and all your friends are dead. And then in 3 Portable, if you played the female protagonist, which Atlas, give me another female pro tag. I want to date the guys, goddammit.
Or make the guy gay.
Or make the guy gay. Like, either way, I do not care. But I would love to have another female pro tag to have those social links with the females a lot easier.
Social link.
Either way, you had Theodore. Oh my god, I love this boy. He is
I couldn't
such...
stand him. He was so annoying.
He's a shy bubby, and I love him.
He annoyed the crap out of me.
Fair. But, like, two completely opposite ends of the same coin were Theodore and Elizabeth. And then you get to 4. You have, her name just Margaret.
I was gonna say, you just said her name.
I'm on my first cup of coffee. Leave me alone.
I am too.
Okay.
Sadly, it's not, as good as Coffee Dad's, but...
I'd love to have Coffee Dad's coffee. Anyway, then you get to Margaret, who is this... They actually say she's the older sister of them. This snooty-ass, just...
Psychotic, borderline Stephen King written twins.
I'm not talking about them yet.
Oh.
I'm talking about Margaret. 4.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. I'm on the wrong...
You're on the wrong game, love.
To be fair, you were playing Persona 5 last night. That's what's in my brain.
I was playing Royal last night.
Plus, those twins freaked me the fuck out.
Oh, I don't like them. Yeah, this is not a spoiler-free stream, by the way.
No, it's not. If you haven't played any of the Persona games and you don't want spoilers, I'm sorry. This is not spoiler-free.
You get to Margaret, who is this stuck-up older sister character. Which, you know what? Whatever. Like, I will also be talking about the spin-offs briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Because those are just fun. And then you get to 5. You get the twins, Caroline and Justine.
Who look like they literally came out of a Stephen King novel. And act like it.
Turns out, again, this is not a spoiler-free stream. They're 2 halves of one person.
Uh-huh.
Lavenza.
Gesundheit.
You haven't gotten that far.
No, I haven't. I haven't beaten the game yet because I lost all 40 hours of progress I made getting through the first half.
We'll get you caught up in a minute. In a bit. Basically,
I'm not bitter.
The plan for the day is play Persona.
No, the plan for today is to be an adult.
Hush.
And then play Persona after being an adult.
Yeah, because we do have errands to run after this stream.
And chores to do and all that fun stuff.
Anyway,
But
2 halves of the same person who I absolutely love Lavenza's design.
okay.
Let me pull it up real fast. She actually looks like a Velvet Room attendant. You also find out in that game that Igor is not the real Igor, but whatever. We'll get to that.
It's another case of Kingdom Hearts all over again. Roxas not Roxas, Sora not Sora, Ventus not Ventus, all that fun stuff. I still don't like her.
Yeah, but
you can show me cute pictures of her all day.
like
Something
I
about
said-
her I don't like.
like I said, she looks like a Velvet Room attendant, and I love her. I love her for that part. I love her design. I actually haven't really gotten to know Lavenza. I didn't completely finish 5, but I know what happens. That's because life got in the way. But back to 4. My heart rate's going up like a billion miles an hour right now. Jesus Christ.
Breathe.
you tell your friends what happened the night before when you stuck your head in the TV. And they're like, nah, okay, let's go to Judas and find a TV large enough for this loser to jump into.
By the way, Yosuke's dad is the owner-manager of the Junes in this town, which is a huge, huge plot point.
It is.
That comes up a little bit later. Not much later, but a little bit later.
Within the next, 5 minutes of talking.
No, more like...
Of talking.
Okay, yeah, of talking. I was gonna say, if you're talking gameplay included, like the next hour.
4's, the only critique that I really have with 4, even Golden, is that the pacing could have been better, especially in the beginning.
So far, the only gripe I have is Steam fixed the lag on the cutscenes.
Yeah.
The only reason I haven't gotten through it is because of that stupid lag.
Persona 4 is on Steam.
Just trust me when I say that
it's worth the $20.
It's worth the $20, but the problem is that the graphics for the cutscenes lags, and I'm not the only one who has this problem. Like, 1,000 other people have the problem of the cutscenes lagging. But Steam they haven't fixed it yet, and I don't know why.
Okay. So, you prove to your friends, you stick your hand in the TV, because they're like, oh no!
Yeah.
Yosuke expresses his surprise in the most eloquent way possible.
Guys, I have to pee!
Basically, that's the whole freaking thing there. And then you basically yeet yourself into the television. It's the fastest thing of plot that's happened so far. And then, sorry, we're dealing with technical things, but... sorry. Sorry, the kittens were banging on the door for a second. Then you end up in this other world. When you look around, there's fog, you can't see, you wonder why background voices are so hard to hear during animated cutscenes.
I have to pee.
What? I have to pee. But no, so you look around and you find yourself with this...
Did somebody order a mascot character?
I was getting to them. My boy, my dude, Teddy, who is this bear mascot thing.
Voiced by Sam Riegel. Thank you, Sam Riegel.
Thank you, Sam. But anyway, he'll come up and you're like, what the fuck is this? It's gonna kill me. So you run away, like a lot of other, like you probably should. And then you find yourself in like this room. There's a noose. Teddy comes back. He's like, you guys must be the people throwing things in here. And you're like, wait, what? So he goes on this thing of how like the person was there and then got overtaken by shadows, all that thing, and then tutorial fight. Oh wait, no, that comes later.
No, tutorial fight's not yet.
Yeah, no. And then he's basically like, okay, well, I'm gonna send you back. And so you go back to the real world, you're tired, obviously.
Don't you want to get some rest?
Don't you want to get some sleep, Joker? But, so you go home, and you're like, okay, well, next time we go in, we should probably be prepared.
So what do they bring with them?
A golf club! I'll be right back.
And some rope.
Yeah, and some rope. It's like, a GA doesn't get to come!
What?
Shut up and hold this rope!
You guys are so mean!
I'll be right back.
My wife is stepping out of the room real quick. So, real quick, again, if you haven't had the chance to look it up, look up Hi, I'm Daisy, P4 dubbed comic. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but, they have a dubbed comic on YouTube. It's absolutely phenomenal, and it's eerily accurate to the actual game itself. What my wife and I actually, one of the things we bonded over was the fact that we both absolutely adore Chie and Yosuke. And then realized, oh god, that's actually us. Like, if you ever see us in person, or you have met us in person, like, we are very much like Chie and Yosuke. It's almost a little eerie. And I'm starting to wonder, like, hey, Atlas, where's my royalty check? But it's a really fun adventure game. And if you're looking for something with really good plot, with story that you're not going to run out of stuff to do, then Persona is definitely up your alley. I apologize, I'm trying to fix something on my chat real quick. Oh, another fun thing is, words are not my friend today. Another fun thing with Persona 4 is that a lot of the actors on there that have done the voiceover, they actually got them to do the P4 anime as well. I don't know if there was a golden anime or if it was just regular Persona 4 the anime, but either way, I got through about half of the anime when it was originally put out before stuff went sideways and I lost my collection. I was very sad about that. But what I can tell you guys is that if you don't feel like playing 80 plus hours of gameplay, the anime is literally none of the side plot or anything like that, except for a couple of small things here and there. It's the main plot put into about 15-20 episodes of anime that are actually really well drawn and really well written. P4 actually is one of the animes that covers a lot of the smaller arcs in the game. And all I have to say is that Johnny Young Bosch did a phenomenal job playing a character who is surprisingly not gay, sassy, done with everybody's shit, perpetually stressed out as all high school students are, while also maintaining an air of, I will beat your soul. Literally, because, it's Persona. So, my wife knows more about this than I do. I legit am just like, I played the games, I did the thing. I'm waiting for her to get back so that I don't sound like an idiot talking about stuff that I barely know anything about. Oh, hey, speak of the devil.
I'm back, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so what were you saying?
I was mentioning that if you guys didn't want to play 80 plus hours of gameplay, the anime covers the main plot of the story of the game.
It does. Persona 4, the animation, not Persona 4 Golden, the animation. You can watch Golden, just watch it after you watch the P4 anime.
It'll make more sense.
It will make more sense. And then, one, it will make more sense, and two, the P4 Golden anime is, one, not dubbed, and two, it's mostly filler.
Yeah.
It's mostly the stuff that, I heard a little bit of it, like you said, covers the smaller events, like the ski trip in Golden and all that.
The side quests and such.
Yeah, basically. It covers a lot of the side stuff, whereas the P4 animation covers the rest of it. Which is great. Which I heard you were talking about voice actors.
I didn't know what else to talk about.
Okay, so, where were we talking about story? Alright,
Chie.
Chie, yeah. Okay, so.
I actually had to remember that for a second, I'm sorry.
You come back. Actually, no. You go in, Teddy's like, hey, wait, why are you back? Now I get it, you must be the people throwing people in here. And you're like, wait, what? No. So you find out that, actually, no, before this, I'm good, backtracking a little bit. Another person was murdered. Saki Konishi, this person that Yosuke had a huge crush on in school.
Oh, hey, Yosuke.
His senpai.
Yeah, and she's legit working at Junes while he's putting his family is putting her family out of business.
Yep. I never said it would be a healthy relationship.
Just saying.
Anyway, she gets murdered. You find her body, and Yosuke is more than distraught. He's angry. He's upset. He's angry. There's all of this, which rightfully so. And he's like, you know what? I need to find out why she had to die like that. So, you go into the TV, and you find out that, like, yes, Juness is driving her little family's liquor store out of business. And he's like, wait, what? Why is it? I thought she was always, like, okay and happy working here. Whatever happened? And then his emotions basically take over, which then another Yosuke shows up. Shadow Yosuke. Do you want to talk about that?
Okay, so in order to get a persona, you have to basically face your shadow self. Except for the protag. The protag just gets one.
Because he's special.
Fucking nerd. But your friends, in order to get personas, they literally have to face their inner demons, and...
It's poetic in some way.
Disco Ninja Frog!
This looks like someone ordered a stupid-looking boss.
Disco Ninja Frog!
Okay, but anyway, Yosuke gets a persona after facing himself and saying, yeah, I guess I do miss the big city, I miss all this, but...
This city is so lame, there's nothing to do here, and I'm gonna die here alone because I'm a waste of time and energy, and I have
Shut
nothing...
up, I would never say anything like that, ever! Nap time!
Pretty much.
Yeah, no,
like, I hate to put it this way, but in layman's terms, they have to have a pity party.
They do.
In order to get their persona. They have to have that, oh, I'm so pathetic, I'm so upset, I'm so this, I'm so that, and BAM! Persona, bitch. You get
pretty
bitch
much.
slapped to reality by your persona.
Yeah, and the thing about that, too, is that you do have to face that part of yourself, because none of them want to. They're like, no, I'm fine. I don't need to admit that anything is wrong. I'm okay. Which, as someone who suffers with depression and anxiety and a whole bunch of other stuff going on up here, that is not healthy.
No, it's not, but...
And I suffer with that on a day-to-day basis. And seeing this, like, especially in 4, it's one of the reasons why 4 is so close to my heart, is inspiring in its own way. And it's like, yes, you do have these demons, but you can work through them. You can accept that it is a part of you. And learn to live with it. And it's beautifully done. It is beautifully done.
To summarize, for those who maybe have seen the High of Daisy comic, when you get your persona, it's basically, I am thou art me. We're a happy family.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the whole thing.
Honestly, I'm just trying to keep it from getting too deep.
Oh no, it's gonna get deep. It's gonna get deep as hell with me, especially.
I'm just saying in general, because some of our listeners may not be able to handle that.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So, Yosuke gets a persona, and then you're like, okay, he's like, alright, shit, I'm tired, so let's go back to the real world. You go back to the real world, you find Chie on the floor
You
crying.
guys are jerks!
You find Chie on the floor crying, and you know what? I would love to know what it was like for passersby. Like, those poor passersby, because this isn't a retail store.
This is also in a small town, though, so they probably just let them go, oh, Chie is being Chie again.
Probably, but at the same time, like... God, I can only imagine. Anyway, you all go home, and...
I guess we should apologize. Later, I'm going to bed.
Pretty much. And then you find out, it's like, later, it's like, oh, hey, Yukiko, what's going on? And she's like, oh, I'm filling in for my mom.
I'm wearing a kimono because I'm filling in for my mom at the inn we run. Yukiko Amagai is wearing a kimono because she's filling in for her mom at the inn that they run.
And then, like...
You should watch the Midnight Channel.
You should watch the Midnight Channel. But, a few days pass, and then she gets, oh my god, Yukiko's missing, I haven't heard anything from her. And then she gets a call, it's like, oh, hi, Yukiko.
And then there's Igor. Hello, persona.
That's pretty much whenever you go to the Velvet Room ever, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's full on, that is, every time you go to the Velvet Room, it's like, okay, what are you gonna nag me about today, old man?
Persona.
But, I'll get into the details with 5, with that later, because each Velvet Room is different.
And every Igor is different.
Yeah. It's the same premise, but different.
Mm-hmm.
He basically acts on the state of your own heart, which is what the Velvet Room is. And it's kind of interesting. Like, okay, 3 is an elevator. 4 is a limousine.
And 5 is a jail cell.
And 5 is jail cell. And,
Kinky.
Right? Anyway, you, the limousine, like, the fuck you. You fucking whore.
Also, you also get to know more about Adachi, too. After that first trip with Yosuke Yosuke, not Yusuke.
Yusuke is 5, love.
Yeah, but why did they have to put 2 characters with almost identical names back to back like that? Yosuke, you guys actually get to know more about Adachi. He works with Nadeka's dad.
Speaking of mines, you want to know what's on mine?
Murder! But no, like, Adachi actually tries to be a good officer.
He tries to be your friend.
He tries to be your friend, and he tries to be a good police officer.
But at the same time, he's like, you know you kids shouldn't be sticking your nose in places that it doesn't belong, right?
Partially because, I don't know, this is shit that could get kids killed.
He's not a bad guy.
2 bodies hanging from telephone poles. We don't even know if this is a homicide case yet. Sir, I think we have probably assumed that it's a shut up, Adachi. That is the entirety of his relationship with his boss.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, nobody listens to Adachi.
No, which is, again, this is not a spoiler-free. It's probably one of the reasons why he snapped to begin with.
Oh yeah, that's totally why he went dark side.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't condone it.
The perp is probably in Inaba. Let's go get drunk.
Yeah, pretty much. Poor Nanako.
And then you go back home that night, you watch the Midnight Channel. Guess who's wearing her kitty panties?
Dude!
Yeah, no, so in the real world, quote unquote, I suddenly forgot her name. Yukiko is this very quiet, reserved, kind of follows Chie around like a lost puppy kind of person. Her shadow self is in princess dresses and trying to be a fucking whore.
It's like, she's basically like, I'm a hoe, get me laid.
Yeah, no, her entire thing is, I have to go find a man.
Because that's my only way out of this town.
Yep.
Which, stepping aside for a second, that kinda hurt. Like,
as somebody who grew up in a small town of like 1,000 people, yeah, it does. I literally grew up in a tiny town of like 1,000 to 1,500 people.
Yeah, and like, the fact, like, I can see where she's coming from. Because she's like, I don't want to inherit my family's business. I want to live my own life.
I want a GTFO out of Inaba.
Yeah. Which, you
Fuck
know,
this shit, I'm out.
I don't know what the fuck
just happened, but I'm gonna get
really
over
care.
here. I'm gonna head up on out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Pretty much. That's like half of the cast, actually. They want to leave Inaba, but then they're like, wait, Inaba's not that bad.
But at the same time, like, I personally could not live there.
No. But
again, having grown up in a small town, once you're an adult in a small town, it sucks because there's literally nothing to do that your neighbors won't gossip about at the next potluck or whatever.
yeah, but okay. I totally get where she's coming from. And she's like, one of her things is her reliance on Chie.
Yeah, and if I may really quick.
Go ahead.
Touching on the I need to marry a man and get out of Inaba, we forgot to mention one of the most fun NPCs.
Oh, God!
Everyone in this class is a whore! Now grab a chastity belt and sit down!
King Moron!
I don't even remember his actual name.
Mr. Maruka.
Maruka. He's your teacher, and at first I thought he was a complete asshole for thinking that every kid in that class was just some horny little teenage shit.
And then you see that, and it's like, wait.
And then they introduce Yukiko's shadow, and it's like, oh, that makes sense now.
At the same time, I don't like him.
I don't like him, but at the same time, I can see why he thinks that, because in a small town, and having grown up there, again, there's not a whole lot for teenagers to do. Like, the most exciting thing is if there's a new crazy at the truck stop, or if you're lucky, extremely lucky, the school football field catches on fire again.
I hate that you're not wrong about things like that.
But I understand why Maruki thought the way he did. I don't agree with it. Maruka, sorry.
Maruki is
yeah,
sweet little
again,
therapist boy.
Again, the
Atlas!
Atlas, change up the names a little bit more. Maruka, I understand why he thinks that way. I do not agree with him, but having grown up in that scenario, I can see why he thinks that.
It's like everyone in this class is a whore. Yeah, probably.
Wait, you're not talking about me? I will admit I got around in high school, okay?
Fair. But then, okay, going on that, because we're already at 40 minutes, and we're barely scratching the surface of 4.
Guess what's sharper than a golf club?
Yeah, no, that already happened.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, you go, you save Yukiko, Yukiko faces her shadow stuff, Yukiko gets a persona. But not before Chie gets a persona, because she's like, oh yeah, no, I don't really like Yukiko, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, wait,
I only keep her around to make myself feel better.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's like, wait, no, that's not how I feel at all. I like Yukiko, and I'm just over here like...
It's symbolic.
Dominatrix banana head. But no, Chie faces her shadow self, saying it's like, yeah, maybe I don't like her hanging around all the time, but I still like her as my friend. I still love her.
That's my BFF, and I will she's my ride or die bitch.
Yep.
Yosuke's just the dick I keep around.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's not... Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna... Okay, yeah, I will bring ships into this, but I'll do that later. I ship a lot in Persona.
I know you do.
But
I've seen your computer, honey.
But most of them are, one of them at least is canon.
Yeah.
Quote unquote canon. Because they made it official unofficial without making it official.
So, Chie gets her persona, and then Yukio gets a persona, right?
Yep. You go home, everything's great.
Everything's fine.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
That's for another episode.
No. There is no murders in Inaba.
Shut up, Itachi.
But yeah, no, you save Yukiko because it turns out she was going to be the next victim. Mm-hmm. She was going to be the next one killed. You don't know why. All you know is that she was basically... She didn't see who it was. She just got thrown into the TV. Nothing. And then basically left there to die. Mm-hmm. And then after that, things are quiet for a little bit. And then, all of a sudden, biker gangs in your area!
Yeah, no, between trips to Mementos, the Shadow World, whatever you want to call it.
The TV world.
TV world, Shadow World, whatever. You actually go through it and you try to live a quote-unquote normal high school life.
Because that's literally what you're there for.
You're literally just there to go to school because your parents are away for work.
Yep.
And then you get dragged into this bullshit.
It's a theme.
You build up social links. They're not confidants. They're social links.
5.
And it's really interesting because you get to delve into the characters, get to know them, figure out why they are the way they are, all this fun stuff. You get to max out those social links. You get to make your cousin not feel so alone at 7 years old, keeping the house up by herself while her dad's out, quote-unquote, apprehending criminals while getting drunk at the bar with a dachi.
Literally, you get to let Nanako feel like a kid.
I think at one point, don't you actually, take her out to go to, a festival or something? Mm-hmm. Or, it was, a spring something or whatever?
You actually take her out for multiple things.
Fair.
But one of the first ones is, it's like, yeah, let's go to Junes together. Let's just hang out. Let's eat.
And as soon as you say Junes, she's like, let's go!
Yep.
She loves Junes. I don't know why.
She's a small child.
See, I look at Junes and go, oh, look, it's another Walmart.
It's basically a mall.
Yeah, and it's like every mall ever.
Yeah, but in a small town, that's new. When you're that little...
When you're a kid, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why I see her as a child.
As an adult, I'm just like, why was I ever excited about going somewhere that smelled like people and gross?
But yeah, no, you go, you get her food, you hang out at the food court, you just have a great time.
And she's happy for 5 minutes.
You let her be a child, and it's great. And yes, I understand where Dojima's coming from. Doesn't mean that I won't call him out for being a shit father half the time.
Half the time?
Yeah, you're right.
He comes home drunk almost every night.
Which, just because I understand, it doesn't mean I condone. You do learn, this is after a few things, but I'm going to touch on it real fast because we're probably not going to touch on it later.
Yeah.
His wife got hit by a car. She was killed in a hit and run while going to get Nanako from preschool. She was actually on her way to pick Nanako up when she got when she got caught in a hit and run and killed. And Dojima is trying his hardest to find her killer and bring them to justice, but he doesn't realize that he's basically leaving Nanako alone to do so.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I do see where he's coming from. I want justice too.
I don't condone his methods of doing so, but I understand where he's coming from. And after you basically call him out and be like, hey, your daughter's alone, and I've been the one taking care of her. Like, I've been this big brother to her, and you're not doing shit. And he's like, oh, fuck. And this is after Nanako runs away.
Mm-hmm.
Nanako actually runs away to go somewhere that they all went as a family, and she's like, I want mom.
Mm-hmm.
I want my mom back. And, she's a child! And this whole little part broke my damn heart.
I can see because you're starting to cry.
I am. I get very passionate about Persona in general, but especially when it comes to characters that I really care about, like Nanako. Nanako is baby, and Nanako I will protect until the day I fucking die. Anyway, you find her, and she's basically saying, I want my mom, I want things to go back to the way they were. I know that they'll never go back to the way they were, but can we at least try? And Dojima, after again almost losing Nanako because she ran away,
and he's being a dumb fuck,
is like, yeah, I'll make an effort to try to be home more. And after that, he does.
But not gonna lie, I do see where he's coming from. Like, this is just a putting it in perspective kind of thing. Like, if we had a kid and that happened to you, I'd be the same way. I will fully admit, I would probably end up putting more effort into finding whoever did it than realizing that, oh shit, I need to be there for our kid.
Mm-hmm.
Because with English is a thing. Fuck. With Dojima, she and Nanako were his world. They were his everything. And his world got literally shattered that day. Mm-hmm. And from a psychological perspective, the way he reacted is actually rational. It's not smart, it's not good, but it's rational. Mm-hmm. Whenever you have something that is in your mind and in your psyche, something that keeps you grounded, something that keeps your everything held together, and it's gone, you're basically your psyche cracks.
Yeah, and him being a detective, he knows that he has the means to be able to, but he throws himself in without realizing the consequences.
Yep.
And it's understandable. Alright, moving on.
Because Kanji shows up, and we're all pretty convinced he's gay.
We're all pretty convinced that he's involved with something too.
Oh yeah, no, he's got to be. He's there with something. We don't know what, but there's something going on.
Who beats up biker gangs?
Right, like Kanji's a big badass. He's in a biker gang. Why would he do something like that?
Exactly, but you find out. Okay, because we're getting short on time, and I'm gonna basically Cliff Notes this shit.
I will just shut up and let you take it.
You find out later, after Kanji gets thrown into the TV, that... Oh, wait, no! Naoto shows up!
Ow!
Fuck! Naoto shows up, and this...
That was my ear, honey.
Sorry, this changes a whole big plot point, because as soon as Naoto shows up and is asking Kanji all these questions, it's actually proven that Kanji starts questioning his sexuality because this guy is apparently hitting on him. He's like, Are you into me? Type deal, and he's like, I don't know. I think I'm into this guy. And
but I'm not gay.
But I'm not gay. I don't think I'm gay.
No, I'm not gay.
Kanji is pan as fuck, by the way.
But in the game, it's very much, I like women.
Yeah, it's like, I like women. Why do I have these feelings for this guy? And then
because I like women.
Then you find out later why. But anyway. Kanji gets thrown into the TV, and his whole shadow is him questioning his sexuality.
Not even questioning. His shadow is gay as hell.
His shadow's gay as hell, but that, again...
He's in a fucking bathhouse surrounded by naked men.
Yeah, okay, but let me continue, because I actually have studied the psychological part of it. Mm-hmm. Because he's questioning his sexuality so hard, he the shadows are very, very, very much amplified versions of those emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is a kanji line after you beat his shadow, after he's accepting himself,
Mm-hmm.
there's this line from kanji that absolutely fucking broke me. It isn't about men or women. I'm just scared shitless about being made fun of.
Mm-hmm.
And that fucking broke me. I lost my shit hearing that line. I actually started crying. And he understands, like, yes, I am questioning this, but at the same time, I know that and I can figure this out on my own. I just don't want people to make fun of me in case I am.
Also, can I point something out that was bullshit in the game? You never use kanji in his persona.
No, you don't.
He gets a persona. It's badass. It's all this amazing stuff.
I use it.
But unless you actively,
Need,
unless there's a reason to have him there, you don't get to use him.
It's because, Izanagi no Okami, your persona, has electric ability.
I know, but I want kanji, damn it.
The only way you're gonna level up is if you're in the party. I'm still bitter.
Fucking Atlas.
They fixed it in 5.
Yeah, in 5.
Okay, so, moving on. You go, and then, there's this detective following you around, this kid detective. He's, very much taking an interest in you. Hey, I'm gonna watch you from over here.
I'm gonna be a creep behind this bush.
Yeah, pretty much.
Watching you.
This little 5'0" detective.
Shorter than you.
Yeah, no. And then you're like, okay, well, that's fine. We're gonna go on with our lives. Kanji has a persona. He's part of our group now. We're going camping. Bye.
Yeah.
Camping trip happens. You almost die because of curry.
The monstrosity that Chie makes.
Chie and Yukiko, neither of them can cook.
No, they can't. Which is why they eat out of Junes. A lot.
The only one who can cook. The only 2 that can cook, actually. No, one.
The protagonist.
Naoto's the only one that could cook out of the... Again, no spoilers. Out of the females, Naoto's the only one who can cook.
Out of all the characters, Naoto and you are the only ones who can cook.
And Kanji.
I forgot Kanji can cook.
Kanji can cook.
So yeah, shit happens. Surprise, Naoto's a chick.
That
Alcohol
comes later. Rise.
Oh fuck, I hate this bitch.
I love Rise, okay? So,
I hate her.
again, it's one of those characters that grow on you, and Laura Bailey.
As much as I love Laura Bailey, I never liked Rise.
Okay, so I do like Rise, and it's for my own personal reasons. Anyway, moving on. So there's this pop star, idol girl that is from Inaba. She's like, I'm taking a break to focus on me for a while, which, makes sense because fame gets to you. She's a child. She is a teen actress, teen idol. That pressure would get to anybody. So she goes back home. Her grandmother runs a tofu shop. So she's helping out in the tofu shop all the time. And, focusing on her. It's great. And then, you basically find out that she has a stalker, which, fair. And
She's a pop star. They all have stalkers.
they all have stalkers. So she has a stalker in Inaba. Turns out just a harmless, overly excited fanboy, but that's later. They think he is the killer. So they put him in jail. Rise still gets thrown into the TV. You find her shadow, and then it's a stripper.
Awkward stripper dance.
Awkward stripper dance.
That's not me!
Yep. And then, you fight Rise's shadow, you get her to accept herself, all that, and then Teddy's questioning his existence. And I'm just over here like, me too, bro!
His fight was intense.
His fight was intense. Because
Not
Teddy
even,
doesn't technically exist.
No, he doesn't. Until you get to Golden.
No, until he gets his body.
In Golden.
No, it's in 4.
Is it in 4?
Yeah. It's a whole plot point.
Right.
Anyway, you get Teddy's shadow, Rise because the new nav, thank God. I love you, Sam Riegel, but...
Oh my god. I love Sam Riegel to death, but Teddy's voice...
It's the same voice he uses for Not.
I know!
I just realized that.
But it's also very similar to the voice he uses for Mephisto from Blue Exorcist.
You're not wrong. Okay.
It's like the perfect mix of the two.
Anyway.
So you save Rise, Teddy gets a persona, and he's like, you guys go, I'm gonna stay here and rank up.
Basically. Rank up! But,
and then...
he's like, I'm gonna stay here and get swole.
Don't forget to do leg day, which he forgets to do leg day.
I grew a body by doing sit-ups!
But so you get home, and it's like, good news, we prevented a murder. Bad news, there was another murder. Good news, it was King Moron!
So nobody cares.
Like, your teacher actually is the one who gets killed because you save Rise. Which,
it's
honestly...
not even that one was a copycat murder.
Was it?
Yeah, that one was the stalker chick that was...
Right. To be fair, I haven't actually finished replaying it, and I haven't played 4 since it came out.
Yeah, which I'm not very knowledgeable on 4. So.
I know you were, because you know everything about Naoto, even the color of her hair follicles.
It changes. Changes in... Like, it's a brighter blue and golden. Slightly brighter blue and golden.
I was kidding. I was actually kidding. Honey.
Why do you think it's so hard for me to draw her half the time?
Because you don't want to draw yourself?
Your knee is in perfect kicking range.
Please don't. I've already been to the doctor once this past week. I don't want to go back.
Anyway.
Although I'm sure if I told him, my wife kicked me, he'd probably like, oh, you had it coming, what did you do?
Probably. It's Franco.
Yeah. Anyway.
But, moving on,
Isn't that the first time that Teddy comes to the real world?
Yeah. Because you get Teddy in the real world before you get Naoto in your party.
Which is bullshit, but okay.
Yeah, which, so you go on a little class trip.
Class trip, woo!
By the way, I hate their other teacher. Like, more than I hated King Moron.
I preferred King Moron for sure, because at least he had some comedic value.
Yeah, no, this bitch was like, I want to fuck every one of you.
You're an adult!
Yeah, no, and then she's like, I got this hotel on discount. It's a love hotel.
It's literally, like, the mood lights, the bar, the spinning bed, the whole nine. Like, it looks like a really bad 80s Japanese rom-com hotel.
It's fantastic, though, because of this cutscene you get there. But,
I'm actually talking, like, cutie honey level bad.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. But, like, it's worth it because of the cutscene you get. Anyway,
yeah, because you can see you being sexy.
Fun fact.
Yee.
The King's Game, first of all.
King's Game.
Okay, so. Yeah. The new teacher is one of the, is from Persona 3, which is actually what I was saying, fun fact. The class trip you go on is to the school from 3.
Fun.
And, like, you actually see some of the students that, like, from before, but, like, the ones that were, like, first years are now third years because of the time difference between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Anyway, you see all that, and it's, like, it's basically an homage to the one before.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, that's so cute. Anyway, you meet up with Naoto, and you're like, hey, we're gonna have fun. Risei's like, hey, there's this club that the owner owes me a favor. They won't give us any drinks or anything because we're minors, but they owe me a favor so we can hang out here tonight. So they do, and they invite Naoto along because poor Naoto's all alone.
To be fair, Naoto was just kind of creepily stalking you for a while.
Yeah, because...
Like, I'd be hesitant to invite her along as well, because it's like, well, I mean, yeah, this is cool and all, but,
and then
you
the King's
watched
Game
me from the bush.
And then the King's Game happens, and they're like, they all think they're intoxicated, they're really not, and now my favorite
Isn't it just, like, they just sent him soda or something like that?
They sent him sodas and juice.
But because, they're kids...
They were drunk on the atmosphere, I think.
They believed it was alcohol. It was a placebo effect.
It was a placebo effect. Anyway,
and it's beautiful.
Naoto was like, you're all morons. That was actually something she said. She's like, you're all morons.
Isn't she voiced by, Colleen?
Is she?
I'll look it up while you continue.
Okay. So, all of that.
You get shirtless. We're pretty sure Kanji is gay for you.
Who isn't gay for you?
Yosuke? Yosuke was supposed to be a relationship possibility, and then Atlas chickened the fuck out. I'm slightly pissed.
She's better at stalking than Makoto and her magazine trick. I hate that you're not wrong, as much as I love Makoto. But, of course, Makoto is a very sheltered.
We'll get to that later, though.
Yeah, we're already at 11.
Anyway, trying to stay on topic here.
So that happens, you go back, Naoto goes missing.
Ow.
Sorry.
Volume.
Naoto changes voices like 3 times. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Okay, that's what it was. In the anime, she's voiced by Mary Elizabeth McGlynn.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Who voices Major Motoko in Ghost in the Shell and is one of my absolute favorite voice actors. I got to meet her. She was such a sweetheart.
Okay.
She was the one who showed up to your booth.
I know.
You got your art admired by Naoto.
I got my Persona print admired by Naoto.
How do you feel about it?
I almost cried.
You did cry, honey. There was no almost about it.
Anyway, so Naoto goes missing. You're like, everybody's like, well, do we really need to save Naoto? Like, all this shit. And Connie's like, bitch, fight me.
We're saving her.
We're saving him.
Him.
This is
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's before they knew that she was a chick.
And then Shadow happens. It's like, oh, so you talk big game and all masculine for not being a guy at all. Everybody in this freaking series. Wait,
naughty to fuck?
And then Connie's like, wait, so that guy's... Oh, thank God! Basically, it was that whole reaction. It was beautiful. But, one of my favorite lines from Kanji, because they're fighting off the shadows and they're trying to... I'm referencing the anime because it's the most vivid in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, we gotta let her do this. If she keeps this bottled up, she'll never be able to recover. And that line fucking broke me. And also, in the series, Kanji was the only one to go back for Naoto.
Yeah.
When everything was exploding, he was like, wait, I gotta get her. And I was just like, y'all, we're gonna leave her. Anyway, Naoto faces herself, gets a persona, Sukuna Hikuna.
Goes on tight.
I love her. Her persona's like this big.
Yeah, it's tiny.
It's tiny and I love it.
Although it's probably bigger than her. Just saying. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're not. But no, Naoto gets a persona, joins your group, and is like, yay! So anyway, y'all... The team is finally together! You got all your party members now.
Woo!
Woo! Okay, so you go on, like, all this stuff, you go on, like, little trips, you do a festival.
It's fun times.
The school festival. The drag.
Seeing you in drag was beautiful.
Oh yeah, it was poor young. And then there was Kanji fucking rocking it.
And everybody's just like, wait, Naoto has boobs?
Yep. But Naoto didn't actually come out. We'll talk about that later. Naoto didn't come out and everybody voted for her because they were like, you know what, you're fine, you don't have to.
Mm-hmm. They wanted her to feel good.
And I was just like, that's really sweet, actually. But all of that happens, and then, surprise, more shit happens.
More Persona bullshit.
Cliff noting the rest of the fucking game, because it goes pretty fast from here.
Mm-hmm.
You find this copycat killer, you go into his shadow world, you know, all of that. You convert him, he goes to juvie, because he's about your age. Fast forward, what other... Nanako goes missing.
Nanako's missing. No,
and then everybody's like, all right, we will watch the world burn if anything happens to Nanako. So you save Nanako, she almost dies. She actually full on almost dies. You save her from Adachi, who... Actually, no, there was another person that was helping with that. The person that took Nanako was actually trying to protect her.
Yep. Because he knew that Adachi was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, he didn't know who it was. All he knew was, I have this ability to help somebody.
And there's a child. I see the child, and I grab her! I have the child!
Yeah, pretty much. And then, you save Nanako, all this. She's in the hospital. She's basically in a coma because of... That took a toll on her body. And... sorry, I lost my train of thought. You do that, and then you find out that, wait, there's still shit going on. Turns out, it's Adachi. Adachi's the main killer, and you You have to defeat Adachi because all the shadow stuff is spilling out into the real world.
Because what are boundaries?
Because what are boundaries, and you know what? This is a theme for all Persona games.
Oh wait, you mean it's gonna spill over if we don't stop it? Man, I guess I really should get on that then.
But wait, there's this burger, there's this beef bowl I need to eat first.
Wait, there's a Big Bang burger that I need to finish because it'll bring up my guts and probably destroy them.
Probably.
Let's be honest. Anyway, continuing on.
Yeah, no, you defeat Adachi, and that's almost the end of the game.
Because, surprise, Persona won't let you just finish.
Persona will not let you just finish.
There is no end to Persona. You're here for life.
You basically defeat the equivalent of God. God himself. And everything goes back to normal.
I'm sorry, the look on your face when you said that was straight out of Naoto's books of I'm done with your shit.
To be fair, I'm actually incarnate Naoto.
I know you are, but like, the way you did it was just like, all I saw was Kanji cowering in fear because of the eyebrow raise you had. Like, your eyebrow almost hit the ceiling, honey.
Yeah, no, you fight the equivalent of God, and then everything's fine. Everything's back to normal. You leave in Abe because everything's good, and then you come back like a year later, and everyone's okay, and everyone's fine. And Kanji, this isn't golden. Kanji dyed his hair back.
I know, I don't like it.
Kanji dyed his hair back, and I'm just like, cool.
I don't like it. I preferred him blonde.
I like it. He looks way more mature.
He looks more mature, but it doesn't look right to me.
Anyway, that's the end of 4.
Da-da-da-da!
Now,
you punched a guy. Now you're getting sent to live with your father's coffee shop's owner's friend.
something or other. I don't know.
They never actually explain how he knows your family.
Oh, actually, he does.
He does?
Briefly, he's like, your folks are family friends of mine. And
No, they're friends of a regular that he knows.
right, they're friends of a regular.
But either way.
Hi, Ren!
Enter Ren, pro tag for 5.
I still believe, like, this is a headcanon. I believe that he is, he's from Inaba with how they were talking.
Either way.
Because all Persona games are connected in some way. Even, like, little things. I believe he's from Inaba, he probably isn't, but whatever.
Anyway.
You go on and, like, you're this kid who saved a woman from, again, this is not a spoiler-free chat and everything.
You saved a woman from assault.
From assault. Like, full-on assault. And the guy, turns out, he's a politician, sues you. You basically go to jail. You get,
You get a free pass.
You get a free pass. You get put up because it's your first conviction ever. You get put on probation because, like, wait, this kid can't be all that bad. So you get put on probation and you get sent to Shibuya. You get sent from this tiny little town to the fucking big city.
Where you're being watched by Coffee Dad.
Coffee Dad!
Who is absolutely amazing and deserves all the happiness in the world.
I love Coffee Dad. Notice...
And then, you know, it literally comes down to, don't fuck up or I'm kicking your ass to the street. And you're on your own.
I fucked up.
What was plan A?
Don't fuck up.
And what was plan B?
Don't fuck up plan
What
A.
did you?
I fucked up
You
plan
fucked
A.
up plan A. That is the entirety of P5. Just saying. Continue.
Okay, so...
Sorry,
you
I'll
get
get
to
my
this
soapbox.
town, and there's this app on your phone, and you're like, alright, that's weird, time to delete it. You get to the place, it shows up again. Time to delete it again!
I didn't download this app. Stupid adware.
Right? So then you go to school, everybody treats you like a criminal. It's great. And then you meet Ryuji.
Don't tell them about the super secret Phantom Thieves meeting in the super secret hideout!
I love Ryuji, okay? But he's a dumbass. Okay, so you meet Ryuji, you find out that this guy, Kamoshida, is basically running the school.
And he's being a creep towards the young students.
He's being more than creep, he's being physically abusive. You basically find that out, you say, does this Kamoshida guy think that he's the king of a castle? Result found. Starting navigation.
The fuck?
And then
Mementos, what's that?
Then you find yourself in this other world, and you get to school, and it's a castle, and you're like, okay, that's weird. What the fuck? Is someone pranking us?
I need to go to school. I'm gonna go to prison if I don't go to school.
Yeah, pretty much. And then you, okay, so you get there, and there's Kamoshida in a fucking Speedo and a cape.
Okay, first of all, let me just point out, he is voiced by DC Douglas, who voices Albert Wesker, and I love him to death.
He's actually a big sweetheart.
But even he admits that he felt creepy voicing Kamoshida. He's glad he did such a good job at voicing this villain, but at the same time, he's just like, I had to shower afterwards. I felt gross.
Yeah, he actually said, I took the world's hottest shower afterwards. And then, so, you find this out, you get sent into the jail cells. Ryuji almost gets fucking killed. Like, full on, sword to the chest killed. And then, surprise, you have a persona.
I am thou, thou art I.
Yeah.
That's how it, like, the poor protags can never catch a break.
No, so, the way that you summon the persona is kind of gruesome, actually.
You rip your face off.
You literally rip your face off with the mask, and it's...
The first time I saw that, my skin actually crawled. Like, you saw me cringing.
Yeah, no, beautifully done, but at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, persona! And you also, you change clothes, and oh my god.
You go from high school boy to hello. How you doing?
Yeah.
Leather trench coat, leather gloves, the whole nine.
Just the leather pants.
Is it bad that the first thing I thought of was Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that, though.
Anyway, you get a persona, you save Ryuji, yay!
Ryuji saved!
You get to the throne room, or, no, not the throne room. You get to the main hall again, because you're like, oh shit. Oh, also, you find a cat.
That talks.
Morgana. He's like, hey, I'll help you guys get out of here. So,
just save my ass!
So he gets you out of there, and then Ryuji comes back with you. Even though he's fucking useless at the moment.
At the moment?
At the moment. He's actually really good in combat.
Yeah, if... I'm not gonna go there, I'm not gonna go there.
If you use him right.
Not going there.
Okay.
Anyway.
So, you get there, and surprise, after you figure things out, you get caught, and you're like, oh shit. Ryuji's like, oh shit, I'm useless. Then he gets a persona, and he's not fucking useless. He rips his face off. He rips his face off, he's not fucking useless anymore, and then boom, persona. Then you find more, and then Morgana comes to you in the real world. It's like, wait, what the fuck?
Talking cat?
Talking cat.
Talking cat. Oh shit, it's a talking cat. I'm on drugs.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, and then On finds you. She's like, alright, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Quit it, you're gonna get me in trouble. Oh my god, your feet are cold. No, my wife just stuck her feet on my legs, and they are fucking ice cubes.
Alright. Anyway, sorry, I'm not feeling all that great right now. On comes in, joins the party, first of all, gets kidnapped by Shadow Kamoshida. Gets kidnapped, basically.
Put in this really weird red room kind of thing.
They put her on basically a cross.
What's funny is it's basically a St. Andrew's cross.
Yeah. And, they start trying to take off her clothes. It's kind of, it's uncomfortable, to say the least.
It is, and there's Ryuji and Protag just like, oh shit, we should help her. Right? Right, Joker? We should help her?
They help her.
They help her, but at the same time, it's just like,
Yeah, and then, so, On is like, I hate all of you, so fuck off. She gets a persona. And yay, the party's complete. So you go back, turns out, On's best friend, Shiho, tries to commit suicide.
Tries to throw herself off a building.
Because of Kamoshida. And then she's like, alright, we gotta get this shit done, because, surprise, he's gonna expel you if we don't.
Da-da-da-da.
Because I have this, because he apparently has this power to do so, and, so they're like, oh shit, let's not get expelled, and Mishima gets dragged into that. Because they're gonna expel Mishima too, for being there, for some reason. My poor boy. I love him. I know you don't like Mishima, but I love Mishima.
He's annoying. Like, he is actually obnoxious.
We're not going into that.
I don't feel like sleeping on the couch tonight.
No, your back wouldn't be able to take it.
Nope. Anyway.
So, I feel really sick all of a sudden.
Just breathe, you'll be fine.
So, Morgana's basically helping you out in both the real world and in the metaverse. And then, Sojiro finds out you have a cat, he's like, oh, well, you better be the only one taking care of it, but I kind of wanted to name it.
I was going to name something regal, like Prince.
I actually read a thing that he was going to name Morgana Prince. And I'm just like, that is the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you go back, you beat Kamoshida's self. You find out that if you actually kill them in that world, it could cause a mental shutdown, and you're like, no, he has to admit to his crimes. So you have him admit to his crimes, you know, he confesses, all of that. Yay! The world is fine. And then you meet, Yusuke.
The poor starving artist baby.
He's the definition of starving artist, and I feel so called out by his existence.
But he's also extremely socially awkward. Like, he's never spent a day in public, basically.
He's a baby. He's baby.
Who's voiced by Matt Mercer.
He was voiced by Matt Mercer, who also voiced Kanji in Golden.
Hey.
And I'm just over here like, God fucking damn it, excuse you. So, you meet Yusuke. Turns out that he is being not abused,
but he's being used.
He's being used. Him and the other students are being used by Madarame, who's a famous artist.
Who's voiced by Kyle Arbert, who's an amazing guy, but oh my god, he plays such a good villain.
He really does. So, surprisingly, Persona 5, the storyline, you can talk about way faster than you can talk about 4.
4 also had a lot more side stuff.
Yeah, it did. So, you meet Yusuke, he's like, no, nothing's happening. My teacher is not a bad person. You're crazy. So he also wants to draw on, which, you know.
Nude?
No, that's not until later.
I'm being a smartass.
Yeah, no. He wants to draw on because he's like, I've never seen such beauty. Can I draw you, please? And she's like, okay then. And then you start like almost all but harassing him about Madarame, like, hey, dude, are you sure he's not using you? He's not plagiarizing from you, all that? He's like, no, and by the way, I'm gonna draw her nude! What?! Which, that's that whole interaction, it's great. And then after that, so it's like, okay, shit, we need to get this done. And so, you go through, turns out Madarame does have a palace, you run around, you're trying to figure these out, then they come to a locked door. So you have to go back to the real world and figure out how to unlock this door, which you're like, have fun on strip for him. So that happens. She comes wearing, I think, all of her clothing that she ever owns ever. And she's taking her sweet time while Morgana, little cat fucker, I love him, tries to unlock the door, gets it open, they get into the room, and Madarame comes back, surprise. And they're like, oh shit, this painting, this is the real one. The Sayuri, which plays a big plot point later. You run in, and basically he's like, so I'm gonna call the cops on both of you, and say that you stole my work. And so you escape into his palace, because what else are you gonna do? And Yusuke is there with you. And then he gets a persona, and you're able to go through that door. He gets a persona, you beat Madarame, you find out the Sayuri is not actually his work, but Yusuke's mother's work. And Madarame is, I feel like, one of the worst villains in the pure reason that he literally let Yusuke's mother die in front of him. She had a seizure in front of him, and he was like, oh, well, you know what, I'll just take her work. I'll let her die. I don't care that her child is like 2 years old. No, I'm just gonna sit here and let her die. And take her work. Because I can make millions off of her. Yeah, no, so you find that out and you go back to the real world. You defeat his shadow, he confesses his crimes. And Yusuke takes the Sayuri and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it to Sojiro, who is Coffee Dad, best dad ever. And after everything, he's like, alright, I'll just live in the dorms and all of this. We'll celebrate, but after this, I think I should live in the dorms and try to live a normal life. And about being part of the Phantom Thieves. And it's great. I love Yusuke so much. And he's a great character. He's a socially awkward baby, though. After that, you're basically living your normal student life, trying not to get caught by the law. And then you find out that a mob boss is harassing students because of the student council president, Makoto, my queen. Cameron doesn't like Makoto, so a I'll try to make this as quick as I can. Which I love her. She is my queen. She's like, so, I found you guys. I found out you guys are the Phantom Thieves, so can you guys do something about this, please? If you don't, I'll rat you out to the higher-ups, basically. Which, I don't condone her actions, but I understand where she's coming from because of everything aside. Hi, welcome back.
Sorry, the cats were destroying something. I had to go save it.
You found that out and like, oh shit, Kanashiro, that you gotta defeat this mob boss, and he has dirt on you now, basically like, oh, look at these minors with alcohol and embezzling drugs. Fun!
In a shady part of town?
I can use this. I can ruin all of your lives, and oh my god, you owe him so much money. So much money.
Mm-hmm.
So Makoto was like, I'm so sorry, I'll pay them back myself. I'm sorry to have drugged you into this. And you're like,
no!
And you're like, no, bitch, we'll help you out. So, you do. I personally love Makoto. I know you don't.
To me, she doesn't seem like she has that much character depth.
She does.
She has, like, well, even later on, it seems like she has one character trait and that's it. That's just how it appears to me, though.
Yeah, which, again, she's one of my favorites, so. Well, you go on, you go through his palace, which is a bank. I hate that bank. I hate the spaceship more. But, you do that, you defeat him, he confesses to his crimes, he goes to prison, yay, all of that. And you added Makoto to your team, yay! And then you find out after this, so this group is onto you. This Medjed group is onto you, and turns out Sojiro has a daughter.
Adopted, but... pausing there, because we have a quick word from our sponsors.
Okay.
Time for us to sell out for the day, folks.
Selling out, selling out, selling out.
Are you looking for new awesome nerdy shirts, maybe some new awesome beadwork, or just awesome nerdy stuff all around? Then check out Mr. Wu's EquippableItems.com. He sells tote bags, he sells shirts, he sells pillows, he sells a little bit of everything. And on top of that, he sources local artists. I actually do most of his t-shirt designs for him, as well as a couple of other local artists. And they're all really decently priced. So if you guys are looking for new awesome items, go check out Mr. Wu's EquippableItems.com. And if you're looking for custom decals or custom artwork or comics or anything like that, then check out Tholfbutt Artworks. That's Tholf butts, spelled like butt, as in the derriere, the rear, the thing upon which you place upon the throne. Tholfbutt is an amazing friend of mine. We've been friends for 20 plus years, and she makes these super awesome multicolored decals. She has a really cool comic strip going on that's set in the Pokemon verse. She has all this super cool stuff going on. If you guys are looking for custom artwork or custom decals or anything, be sure to hit up Tholfbutt Artworks. She's amazing, and honestly, like, I do simple decals. The shit she does makes my shit look like child's play. And then I'd also like to shout out another local artist by the name of Twisted.
Ask Twisted. She is a local New Mexico artist who right now actually has a Kickstarter going. So if you check out her Kickstarter, which is linked in her Twitter at ask_twisted, you will see this Kickstarter, which are really cool My Little Pony pins that most of them are funded now, but after every little milestone that she makes, will add a new design, and they're all super cool. You can get them all. Go check out her Kickstarter.
Yeah, I know that, you know, this is basically a selling out, but these people are all people who have contributed to us in some way, shape, or form. And if you'd like a chance to have your business, whether it's a simple online shop or a local shop here in Albuquerque, or hell, a local shop wherever you're based, you actually have the chance to become corporate sponsors for us, basically. We do have a Patreon up. It's under Patreon, Fandoms, and Coffee. The link is on... Oh, see, I thought I was going to sneeze for a second. Our link is on our Twitter. It's also in every video description on YouTube. On our Patreon, we have different levels. I'm trying to pull up the list because I just had it and my phone reset. I do apologize. I'm so sorry. This is taking me a moment. But, honestly, without our patrons, we wouldn't even have a podcast.
We really wouldn't.
It's because of you guys that we have our audio equipment. It's because of you guys that we have, even if it's just momentarily, our soundproofing. Which is currently a quilt being held up by thumbtacks. But we do have several different levels at which you guys can become Patreons. We have our Nerdling, which is the $3 a month, which gives you access to our paid Discord server channels and a personalized thank you from us. We have our $10, which is the What Is Up Superfan, which it includes access to our Discord servers and a thank you in each of our videos. You get a sneak peek behind the curtains, see what goes into the making of an episode, maybe even get to be a part of the episode, and a sticker set to say thank you for your support. There is The Collective at $25. I had to. I was on a Star Trek kick the other day. In addition to the other tiers, you will also receive, once they are available, a coffee mug with the Fandoms and Coffee logo on it. And for an extra $5, we will personalize it with your name on it.
Mm-hmm.
But that gives you access to the behind-the-scenes content, the Discord servers. It also gives you guys access to a live Q&A with us once a month that is Patreon exclusive, so if you don't want a chance to miss out on that, consider becoming a Patreon. And then there's our corporate overlords,
which is basically a paid sponsor.
I'm actually really proud of how I wrote this, because this actually sounds like something that would be in, like, a commercial on Sci-Fi Channel or something. I'm very proud of this, as corny as it sounds. On top of all the other amazing benefits in the other tiers, as a corporate overlord, Crown and Evil Minions sold separately, you get access to live Q&As, you get a huge say in some more content, including picking the theme of one of our podcasts. You also get advertisement of your online and or physical shop or business in every episode. And when we go to cons and host panels, you get special VIP access to our VIP-only panel, as well as early access to our regular panels. You also get to opt in, if you'd like, to a New Mexican care package, which includes a bag of coffee that is a local New Mexican brand, Hatch Green Chili product, a New Mexican-themed item, keychain, shot glass, cup, etc., a stickers and coffee cup with the Fandoms and Coffee logo, which is also personalized with your name on it. Plus, you get the stickers that come with all the other tiers. I said that all in one breath, Jesus Christ.
Good job, I'm proud of you.
But yeah, if you guys haven't yet, please consider becoming one of our Patreons. We honestly couldn't do this show without you guys, and we would really appreciate the support to maybe upgrade our equipment here and there as it needs it. Like, eventually we do want to get real soundproofing so that we're not trying to fight with thumbtacks and a quilt. But that being said, thank you guys so much for listening to our advertisements, and back to the show. You were saying? Futaba. Oh god, Futaba. Aren't you friends with her voice actress?
No, that's,
Oh no, sorry, I was thinking of Erin Fitzgerald, not Erica Lindbeck.
Yeah.
Who's in Hell of a Boss?
Yeah, I love her. She's great. Like, I love her work. I want to meet her. I want to meet her.
Anyway.
So, you find out that Sojiro has a daughter, and she's fucking depressed.
She is a complete and utter shut-in.
She is, and poor thing. She's a baby. Also, she's the tiniest main character.
She's like your size.
No, she's not. She's 4'11".
She's smaller than you? Jeez.
She's 4'11".
Well then.
Anyway, you find this out, and she's like, yeah, so I can help you with Medjed if you steal my heart.
So what is Medjed?
It's an online hacker group.
Fair. I don't know why I was expecting like some long, intricate answer.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. It's hackers.
It's a group of hackers that, if I remember right, aren't they threatening the Phantom Thieves?
Yep. And she's like, yeah, I can take care of it. Steal my heart first.
Do the thing.
So you find out Futaba does have a palace because the state of her heart is in shambles.
And that's putting it nicely.
That's putting it nicely. My poor girl. You find out that her mom was killed because of a mental shutdown. I'm basically doing the Cliff Notes version.
Yep.
Her mother was killed because of the mental shutdown, and because of this, she blames herself for some reason. Because she was young when it happened. And she was like, I was being a brat, and that's why my mom killed herself. Mm-hmm. Which is not the case at all. And so you go through her palace, you find out all these poor, dark things about her that basically she was saying that I will probably kill myself.
Mm-hmm.
And her palace, I will fully admit, it hits hard. Especially with me. And so you go through, you save Futaba. She becomes your new nav. Which it was Morgana.
Yep.
But she becomes your new nav. You find out that, like, no, her mom isn't, like, she didn't kill herself and all that, and we're gonna try to bring these people to justice. Turns out that her, she was actually the person who founded Medjed, which is why she was able to shut them down so quickly. Because she still had the admin abilities. But she does that, and everything's gonna get, yay!
Or so you think.
Then you meet Haru. No, actually, no.
No, Haru's not yet.
No, Haru is after.
She is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Haru's after, but not before. Ryuji and Morgana get into a fight.
Like a full-on borderline ending the friendship level fight.
Yeah, no, Morgana leaves because they basically called each other useless.
To be fair, save for his healing abilities, Morgana's pretty much useless.
Yeah.
I'll say it, I'm sorry, except for the fact that he can heal you, he's kind of useless.
Yeah, but, like, saying that to him, like...
I understand, it hurts, don't get me wrong.
So he runs off. You find this other corporate overlord, basically, that,
Because you get a corporate overlord, and you get a corporate overlord. Everybody gets a corporate overlord.
Oh, wait, no, you go to Hawaii first.
That's right.
Trip. That's your school trip. You guys go to Hawaii. It's great.
Lucky bitches.
I know, right?
I
like,
want to go to Hawaii.
Like, and then you find out that, like, Yusuke, he was gonna go to Los Angeles, but then his flight got canceled.
And they were just like, hey, come to Hawaii with us.
No, he ended up in Hawaii. They're like, what are you doing here? Like Yusuke, he just walks over like, hey guys.
What the hell? I thought you were in LA. Well...
There was a storm on the East Coast, on the
They said
West
no.
Coast, so they said no.
I'm sad now. I can't go to the art museum.
So, yeah, you're in Hawaii, you have that. And turns out, when you get back, the principal is killed.
Da-da-da-da.
To
be fair, he's kind of a jackass.
I didn't like Principal Kobayakawa.
I don't think anybody did.
But, so that happens, and you're like, well, shit. We're trying to look for our next target.
Well.
So, you target the head of Big Bang Burger, Okumura, who has a daughter that goes to your school.
Because connections.
Turns out that this girl, like, is who Morgana basically found, and she's a Phantom Thief too.
Wait, she's a Phantom Thief?
The beauty thief.
Oh, good. I forgot that. Oh, God. No, I remember she was a Phantom Thief, but I forgot about her whole gimmick, and it's like, no, please, shut up. Your mouth is doing this, I need you to do this, shush. Just zip it.
To be fair, Morgana was trying to be her hype man.
I don't care if he was trying to be your hype man. She's obnoxious.
At least in the beginning. She's actually baby.
She can be baby all she...
But also baby that'll hit you in the face with a fucking...
rapier.
Yeah, it's great. I love her. So that happens, and turns out that, yeah, Morgana went to her, and she's in some shit.
Just keep going.
We find out that, like, yes, her father is awful. He is actually doing all this shit to his employees and to his daughter, who he is basically pawning off to this rich motherfucker. I don't even know how to describe him. I forgot his name. His name isn't important. You find out that, yes, he is abusing her. He's basically harassing her, and he's like, oh god, I don't even know how to describe this guy.
Scum of the earth?
Scum of the earth is the best
He's right up there with Kamoshida?
He is! He's like, it's tiny, the smallest step below.
No, he's one step above. Because at least Kamoshida didn't sell out his daughter to some rich asshole.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the rich asshole.
Okay, yeah, fair.
The rich asshole is about a step below Kamoshida because he's like, oh, a high school bride, and I'm just like, ew.
Gross.
Ew, gross, go away. Nope, no. Anyway, you find all that out, and poor Haru, she's like, she's not given a choice in the matter. So she's like, yeah, after I graduate, I'm going to be married. What? Yeah, that was my fiance. What?
He's an asshole. Let's kill him. Wait, what do you mean we don't do murder?
We don't do murder.
We don't do murder?
We don't do murder.
But murder.
We don't do murder, Haru.
But murder.
We don't do murder, Haru.
That's how that entire conversation goes down.
Yeah, no, but unfortunately, you don't change the state of that person's heart, but you change the state of her father's heart, which, unfortunately, after everything is said and done, someone else with a black mask actually kills him. Straight up, and he dies on TV.
To be fair, I think
making his connection. Like, making his confession. And the best part about this whole thing is that the rich bitch comes back, tries to take Haru back, and she actually straight up tells him to fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Because she is now the head of the company.
And fuck you.
And I'm not gonna let that happen. Fuck you. So, yeah, that happens, and Okubara dies. And Haru's like, well, did we do something wrong? What went wrong? We did this, and everyone's like, we don't know. We did the same thing as we always do. So the Phantom Thieves are basically being put on.
And there's a catchy, like, these Phantom Thieves are killing people. See? They killed this guy on TV somehow. We don't know how.
Yeah, no, and so... go on. Also, I fucking hate the spaceship. The spaceship can crash and burn for all I care. I hate that palace with a burning passion. You don't understand.
Tell me how you really feel, honey.
I will. Like, the casino is not that bad. And you have to spend a whole section of it in the dark.
I haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, no, it's not even that bad. The casino is not even as bad as the fucking spaceship. I hate the spaceship so much. Anyway, moving on.
Before my wife has an aneurysm.
So, Haru joins your party, and everything's going great. I'm talking about the original Persona 5, because I have not finished Royal yet, so I can't really talk about Royal.
And somehow I'm further in Royal than you are.
Yeah, which that'll change later today, probably.
Once we're done doing stuff.
Yeah, which we need to go do errands right after this.
Yeah, we have to go be adults after this.
But,
sucks balls.
So, Haru joins your party, and everything is going not great. It's not great.
But we're a big, happy family. Right?
Right? Your friendships are pretty much the only good thing that come around because of this. Because right afterwards, you have to change the heart of Sai Nijima.
Oh, right. Isn't that Makoto's older sister?
Yep. Who treats her like garbage.
Her sister's a bitch, I will fully admit. I may not like Makoto, but oh my god, I want to punch her sister in the throat.
I think one of the reasons why with Makoto is that it's because, like, she acts the way that her sister wants her to.
I don't give a flying fuck if that's how her sister wants her to act.
So, like, after that, she changes. It's great. I love her. I love Makoto. But she's like, guys, I want to change the heart of my sister.
This is the part where you know way more than I do, so you're gonna be doing most of the talking, honey.
Yeah, she's like, I want to change the heart of my sister. Because of not only is this shit hitting the fan, but if she has a change of heart, she might be able to help us. So...
Surprise.
So, surprise. You get to her palace. You steal her heart. Everything's great. Also, her palace is a bitch. It's the casino. It's the one that you see in the very beginning of the game.
Oh, that's her palace?
Yeah. That's her palace.
Interesting.
So, at the very end, when you're stealing her heart, something goes wrong.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wait, no, shit. Akechi joined your party before that. I still hate him.
I love my dumpster fire, okay? I will defend him until the day I die, even though I know he is an absolute piece of shit.
Anyway, you find out that, surprise, surprise, Akechi betrays you. He's the Black Mask. He betrays you.
But he's pretty. What?
I can make the same argument about Mori.
Just because Mori is pretty does not mean I don't believe he is an asshole. I think he is gorgeous, but God, I want to stab him in the dick. Does not change the fact that I want him to do things.
Think about what you said.
That's why I stopped myself.
Anyway.
Moving on from that tirade.
Yeah, so all this happens, and Akechi betrays you, surprise. So as you're
not Akechi.
Turns out, if you play your cards right throughout the game, and at the very end, when Sai is interrogating you, if you say the right things, you can be like, hey, so this is what we've been doing, and we need your help. So basically, when you're in a room, if you play it right, Akechi's goes into basically his version of a metaverse, which he doesn't even know, and he thinks he kills you, shoots you in the face, just full on, leaves you to die, and that's it. The leader of the Phantom Thieves is dead.
Yep.
Which, if you don't play it right, that is game over. That is the end of the game.
Game over, man. Game over.
That is the end of the game if you don't play it right. Which I did not the first time. And I lost my shit. Like, my poor parents. I just screamed, no! So, because I knew there was more game after that, but I was like, I saw credits and I was like, what? So,
tell you how you really feel.
I went back a few months later and redid what I said. And turns out that you could actually do that and have Akechi think that he kills you, and then you get out of there not scot-free because, hi, did you see how much the freaking people messed you up?
I mean, they injected you with how many drugs?
All the drugs. And then, so you're able to go home, but you have to lay low. You can't go back to school, you can't do anything, you have to lay low.
You gotta go into hiding.
You go into hiding, and then in your hiding, you find out that, hey, you remember that politician from the very beginning?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna mess up your life even further. He has a palace, and it's time to take him down. His name is Shido, and he's a mother...
Are you okay, honey?
I haven't finished that palace.
Are you okay? My wife's looking at me like she's gonna strangle me.
The fucking mouse puzzle. I hate it. I hate the game. I hate it so much. I love this game, but I hate it. Anyway, moving on. You find out that this politician is basically going to bring the end of the world. Because guess who's working with Akechi and get these mental shutdowns? Akechi is basically making these people have mental shutdowns so that Shido can go into office. And he's the reason that Futaba's mom is dead.
I mean, again, I'm not defending Akechi. I'm just saying I fucking love him as a villain. And he's really pretty. And he's voiced by Robbie Damon.
He is. Anyway, moving on. So you take down Shido and all of this, things are... I'm going off of what I've seen. So, all of that afterwards, it's like, okay, so we're going to... brain. Work.
Again, this is the point where you know way more than I do.
Yeah. So you take Shido down and everything's great, you're able to do things again. But then, surprise, Igor's like, hey, it's the end of the world. Shadows are spilling out into the real world. Have fun.
Again?
Yeah, no, you can't have a Persona game without that. So this is on Christmas, too.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to the Phantom Thieves.
So you have to basically go for the end of the world, and something happens with Morgana. I don't exactly remember. I haven't finished it. And so that happens, and you find out that Igor is not really Igor, and the twins aren't really real.
You mean Roxas, not Roxas?
You mean Roxas, not Good lord.
That'll be for the Kingdom Hearts episode.
God, the Kingdom Hearts episode is going to have to be a multiple part episode.
It is.
But, so that happens, you stop the end of the world, and everything's not fine, but it's fine, like, you survived, and your friends are like, okay.
Hey, we lived. Let's go get shawarma. Wait, wrong series.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So that happens, and it's like, okay, well, your probation's over, so time to go home, and then you go home.
But I don't want to go home.
The end of the game.
I live Inaba now. Or no, not Inaba. Wrong series. Fuck.
Right series, wrong game.
You know what I meant.
Shibuya.
I don't want to leave Shibuya. I live with Coffee Dad now. You can't make me.
So you go back, and it's implied that you come back? And then that's the end of 5.
Da-da-da-da! You save the world again, and what do you have to show for it? Severe mental issues.
Yeah!
Like, literally, after all this shit, I can't even imagine what the protagonists go through after the fact.
The protagonist, think about the fucking,
Different chat. Like, if you think about it, like, Persona 4 is a perfect example. With you and your group, the shit you go through could easily be classified as, if somebody didn't believe in, you know, the other world and Persona and all this, then it would be the textbook example of a schizophrenic mental break. Like, if you tried telling anybody who didn't witness this or didn't believe it, that you went into a TV and you fought shadows and you had a persona and there was a velvet room and there was a creepy guy with a long nose, they would put you away.
They would.
Or, in Persona 5 example, I went to bed and I woke up in a prison cell and now I have this shadow ability. And, oh yeah, by the way, I took people's hearts because they were bad people. And we're gonna put you in a squishy padded room over here. You're just gonna sit here and have fun now.
No one will ever see you ever again.
Until Coffee Dad calls and goes, okay, yeah, you need help.
Yeah, no, oh, by the way, Coffee Dad does find out about all this shit.
Oh yeah, no, how Sojiro doesn't lose his shit is beyond me.
Honestly, though.
Like, he takes it, granted, he does have that mental moment of, wait, Sojiro.exe has stopped working. But then he's just like, well, I'll help you where I can. And it's like, if that was any other normal person, bitch, you would be in prison. I am surprised that he wasn't like, you broke the rules of your blah, 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 blah. You broke your probation, and...
You broke your probation! Dirty crime boy is doing dirty crimes again.
Yeah, no, like, his whole thing is, don't break the rules, and you help people by breaking the rules.
God damn it, Ren!
So yeah, like, Persona in a nutshell is, don't break the rules, I broke the rules. But you helped people, but I broke the rules. You're fine, I'm just gonna pretend this didn't happen. Like, honestly, after all the Persona shit is over and done with, after you save the world repeatedly, mind you, because the world can't take care of itself, it's like, yeah, we're just gonna pretend this never happened. At least that's how it seems. Because, you know, Atlas doesn't really give us epilogues.
They do, but...
Not in depth. It's basically a case of, oh, we met up, we had coffee, now we're gonna go back to our own lives.
Yeah, pretty much. And that kind of breaks me.
I was honestly expecting, like, a really cool, in-depth, so here's where they are in, like, 5 years, blah, blah. Not a year later, oh, hey, let's get coffee before I fuck off again.
Yeah, no, it kind of actually breaks my heart because... Yeah, no. And that's where fanfiction comes in. And then the spin-off games happen.
Yeah, the spin-off games I can't even keep track of. But, as far as fanfic goes, I will fully admit, I am one of those writers. I'm almost 30 years old and I still write fanfic. You can judge me all you want. But, what I wanted to get into is a couple of the ship theories.
Yeah.
So, one ship that we kind of touched base on earlier that my wife is absolutely obsessed with is Kanji and Naoto from Persona 4. And when I say obsessed, I mean, there's fan art on the wall above our recording station, there's fan art in the guest room, there's fan art in the living room, and I'm not even going to look through the pictures on her computer.
I have a lot. Actually, no, I don't. My old computer does.
Right.
I just got a new computer.
Right. But either way, like, no offense, honey, you're kind of obsessed with Kan now. Which, it's a cute ship and all, but personally, and you can judge me for this all you want, I actually prefer Kanji and Yosuke.
Really?
Yeah.
That's...
If I may.
Go ahead. No, I don't judge or anything.
No,
Go ahead,
I'm just saying, if you like, I can give you some detail as to why.
Don't judge me, Tony!
We were gonna try to ignore the chat until that came up, but my lovely Uncle Tony is just like kind of obsessed. Anyway,
we usually ignore the chat until things like that come up.
But it's Tony. God damn it, Tony's gonna become the channel's catchphrase. I just know it. Anyway, so the reason that I ship Kanji and Yosuke is that over time, after Yosuke gets over his whole "are you into dudes" thing, I like women, his whole tirade he has, Yosuke and him actually build a really cool, like, really intense friendship.
It's great. I like them.
And at least to me, it seems like that friendship's a little more. Mm-hmm. And they're surprisingly supportive of each other, given how everything started with them. And the fact that Kanji was like, "I'm gonna punch your face because you think I like dudes."
Yeah, pretty much.
And then, oh, by the way, I may like both. And Yosuke actually is really supportive of him.
More or less.
Given how it started at the beginning.
Given how it started, yeah.
And in my head, I see them becoming a thing because he is surprisingly supportive of his new friend. After he gets over the initial, "I don't know how to feel about you possibly liking dudes. But what if I like both?" Well, I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
And then my other OTP from the first one, and this is just because Atlas... Or out of 4, yeah, sorry. Atlas chickened the fuck out, is you and Yosuke.
Oh, yeah, no, there was already voice lines recorded and everything.
Oh, yeah. They, halfway through, they changed their mind and decided, you know what, we're going to leave them on, and there's no gay relationships.
Yeah, no, it's great.
No Yosuke for you. And then, roller to Persona 5.
I have lots of ships. I like everything, pretty much.
My OTP is actually Ren and Yusuke from P5.
Ren and Yusuke is beautiful.
But same thing. They had lines recorded, they had plans, and then they decided halfway through, on second thought, no gay. No gay. But, like, with P5, like, I only actually have a couple of ships. One is Yusuke and Ren, because my poor disaster children. That's the only way to describe it, is the poor disaster children. And then the other ship I have is... I get a lot of shit for it. But it's actually Coffee Dad and the homeroom teacher.
You know what? I can see it.
Mostly because in the game, they only meet up once or twice. Because, she's your homeroom teacher and he's your guardian. But I could see them being a really cute couple.
Yeah,
and she just needs to be happy.
This is going into Royal. From at least what I've seen, I kind of see her and Maruki.
Okay, so Maruki... I know this is not spoiler free, so here's the surprise. He has a palace. He's using the students for his experimentation. For psychological experiments. Without their knowledge.
But baby.
He may be baby in Royal. But he's actually, in his palace, apparently he says something along the lines of, well, why would I be a psychologist at school if I couldn't use it for my own advantage? And I'm just sitting here like, I had high hopes for you, my dude. You are sweet, you are innocent. You give the children snacks when they come to you for help because Kamoshida fucked them up. They trusted you. You gave them snacks. And you're using them for your psychological experiments. He even admits that his main test subject is Ren because he's fascinated by the fact that Ren can just brush it off. And he wants to get into Ren's head and see what it would take to break him. I adore Maruki, but oh my god, my heart. When I found that out, I cried. I will admit, as a grown-ass man, I cried over a fictional character, which I do a lot, actually. But no, honestly, my true OTP is Ren and Yusuke.
Yeah.
But again, Atlas chickened out like the bitches that they are. So what about you? I know you have a couple of P5 OTPs.
Oh, I have quite a few, actually.
I know you do.
Like, I like a lot of them. Basically, half of the time, the Phantom Thieves are just this one big polyamorous relationship, and they're all happy.
It's not healthy, though.
It's not.
It's the farthest thing from a healthy poly relationship.
But, like, basically, that's what I jokingly say that because of how many ships I have.
Fair.
But
I'm just saying it's not healthy.
I like, also, Ren and Yusuke. Ren and Makoto.
I can see that. I'm not a fan of Makoto, but I can see
Ren
it.
and On.
I really... For some reason, the Persona 5 female protagonists just, most of them bug the ever-living out of me.
An and Ryuji. Futaba and Yusuke.
Fair.
From what I've seen, Ren and,
You forgot the name, didn't you?
this is from Royal. So,
Oh, the redhead chick.
yeah.
I cannot remember her name. Asami?
Kasumi.
I was close.
Ren and Kasumi. I do not feel good all of a sudden.
Did you eat before you drank your coffee?
No.
We'll get breakfast after this, okay?
Okay.
Anyway.
P5 ships. Sorry, my stomach is really not happy with me all of a sudden. Well, that's pretty much it, actually. As far as the Phantom Thieves go?
Yeah.
And low-key, very low-key, I like Ren and Akechi.
I hardcore ship Ren and Akechi, like, to me that's not even a low-key ship. That is a hardcore. A lot of people really hate Ren and Akechi because, Akechi betrays you and everything, but, like, in my head, I personally believe that Akechi has a chance at redemption. I personally believe that there's a chance for him to come back,
Yeah. Okay. I believe so, but at the same time,
I also, like, you know me, I will fight for Akechi.
Yeah, I know.
I have fought for Akechi. We've actually had, like, 2-hour long arguments over this.
Yeah, we have. Sorry, I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. That being said, unfortunately, we actually do not have time for a, listener interaction today because we lost track of time and have other stuff to do. But, we're gonna, while my wife steps out of the room real quick to go take care of something, we're gonna do some quick wrap-up here. So, in general, if you guys really like really in-depth storyline, great character development, and characters that you can really sink your teeth into as far as plot goes, I highly recommend the Persona series. Even if you can't play the games, they do have the anime out there. I believe they have 3 through 5 for anime. I don't know if they did an anime for Persona 1 and 2. But the anime is basically the Cliff Notes version of the game, so you still get the in-depth plot that's the main plot of the series. You get all the awesome character development, you just don't get the side quest stuff, which is, there is a lot of it, so, I'm trying to think. I had notes, but I misplaced my notebook. I just need to start duct taping it to my desk, because either the cat spills something on it, or I lose it. But even if you can't watch the anime, believe it or not, on YouTube, they have all the cutscenes from the games done as a quote-unquote movie. So if you maybe don't have time to play the games, or you don't have a system to play them on, you can always just look up the cutscenes on YouTube and be like, okay, so let's just watch it this way. And it's a fascinating series. It is actually, when I first played 4, before I started going to college, it was what sparked my interest in wanting to take psychology courses. And mostly it was because I was really interested in the idea of, well, if this thing happens in your subconscious and it changes this, then what else could happen? And the writers of the series did their research, they did their studies, they actually called in psychiatrists to ask, hey, in a theoretical, how would this affect this, in your opinion? And it's a really interesting take on the whole other worlds, other personalities, shadow selves, and all that. There's been several series over the years that have taken a similar concept as far as like TV shows, movies, whatever, the whole mirrorverse, whatever you want to call it, but Persona took it to a whole new level. And in the end, Persona is an awesome series for a lot of reasons. I could list all of them, but I don't think we want to spend 45 minutes to an hour sitting here just talking about why this is the coolest series ever, or one of, rather. That being said, check out the anime, check out the games, check out the cutscenes on YouTube if you don't have access to either of those. Just give it a shot. It's a fascinating series. It's interesting as hell, and in the long run, I think that it's a series that everybody should at least give it a shot. And I'm trying to think what else I was going to cover. I really need to start duct taping my notebook to my desk, otherwise I'm just going to keep losing it. This is so stupid. I promise I'm trying to be professional. I'm just a hot mess right now. But yeah, in closing, if you guys want to keep, if you want to follow us, you don't want to miss an episode, be sure to subscribe to us on Twitch. We upload our episodes every Friday evening, so if you missed the morning broadcast, you can hear what we talked about and share your opinions on YouTube. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon, that link is on our Twitter, it's on our YouTube, and I believe it's linked here on our Twitch. I will double check that, and if it's not, I will fix it. But we have Fandoms and Coffee on Twitter, where we hold polls from time to time. We let you guys know what updates we have coming up. We let you guys know what episodes we have coming up. Stuff like that. And my brain just went blank. I'm sorry. Be sure to check out our sponsors, Mr. Wu's EquippableItems.com, Tholfbutt Artworks, Twisted, Sketch. All of them, they are amazing people. They have incredible works of art. And next week's episode, we were originally going to do Silent Hill, but we may have an issue with that due to copyright issues, I found out.
Oh, okay.
I just found that out this morning, and I didn't get a chance to fill you in before the podcast, so we'll be doing Silent Hill at a later date. We just have to look into it so we don't get in trouble and get shut down, and I don't want to get slapped with those lawsuits, because I'm sorry, I can't afford to pay that kind of money.
We'll figure something out, though.
But next week, since we covered one of my wife's favorite fandoms today, and went very in-depth, I figure we could switch gears a little bit. We've been talking about games for the past, 2 weeks, I want to say? 2-3 weeks?
No, we talked about My Hero, and then we talked about Ruby.
Right. Wow, I'm so out of it. But I do want to bring up a fandom that is near and dear to both of our hearts. That is one that I know that we could both go into severe detail about. And all I have to say is I love you, Square Enix, as we delve into the world of Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, good lord, we're gonna need a multi-part episode.
It's probably going to be a multi-parter. We'll do, Kingdom Hearts 1 next week, Kingdom Hearts 2 next month, and Kingdom Hearts 3 the month after. But either way, we'll be delving into Kingdom Hearts, just because I don't want to fight with Konami, and I don't want to risk anything. We will touch on Silent Hill. We just have to figure some stuff out before then. Mm-hmm. Just to make sure that on the legal aspect, we don't get in trouble, you guys lose your podcast with us and everything. So, thank you guys so much for checking us out. We will see you next week, and as always, stay awesome, coffee beans. Anything you want to say in closing, honey?
Thank you for tuning in and listening to me go into it.
And just so you guys know...
And that's me being light on the subject.
I was going to say, just so you guys know, this is my wife just grazing the surface. I have been in the car with her while running errands, where she has talked nothing but Persona for the entire, 6 hours we're running errands. And then I still get messages at work going, oh, and then there's this thing, and this thing, and this thing, and this thing, and this thing. So...
Yeah, no, Persona is a subject that I could have a PhD in, to say the least.
Yeah. But thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out our Patreon, especially if you want to see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. And in closing, have a wonderful day, and we will see you guys next week. Peace out.